Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Tasty J, and today I am eating a home cooked meal. So what I have here today is some fried chicken and these like potato, I don't want to call them chips, but they're like thin like chips, but not, some of them are thin like chips and some of them are a little bit thicker. Excuse me. And then this homemade sweet and sour sauce. These are all things that my mom made for me. So yeah, I'm about to just dig in. I'll insert a clip of it up close because I am so hungry and this is so good. So here's like one of the chip things I was talking about. So like this one is crunchy, but like this one isn't. And that's on purpose. Like, they're not all meant to be soggy and they're not all meant to be crunchy. Like I said, there's also homemade sweet and sour. So here's some of the chicken. Doesn't that look good? So, like I said, my mom made this for me. But it's actually the recipe of this local restaurant. So it's so good. So growing up, there was this local restaurant. It was like a family restaurant type thing that everybody knew about. It was very popular. Like, place your, when you went in, it was always busy. It's not popular. You gotta place your order ahead, and you still might have to wait for it because it was always busy. But basically, they had this chicken and this homemade seasoning, the secret recipe for their seasoning that they used to put on there. Literally, like my whole life, they were around. And then all of a sudden, oh well, they had chicken like this. It was always crispy like that with their homemade seasoning, secret recipe. They had this homemade sweet and sour sauce. And then they would serve like these potato wedges that are like I said, some are crispy, some aren't, covered in a seasoning. And they were, like I said, my whole life they were around. So it's a staple, like it's a memory, a core memory for me, going to get chicken from them. Well, sometime back, it's been since I've been an adult. Maybe a little bit before, I don't remember. But more recently, probably within like the last, I don't know, maybe when I was like in high school, like my later years in high school, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. They basically decided to close down the restaurant. And I don't think it was because business wasn't booming anymore. I think it was just that they, like, the people who ran it got older and they were planning on moving further out of the city, so that's where they decided to move the restaurant. Mm. So yeah, that's what I was saying. That's where they decided to move the restaurant. They moved it further out of the cities because I think that's where they were moving. And so they closed down the one that was in the cities. And that was it. It wasn't around anymore, right? Well, I don't think that one, it's not open anymore, the new location. So they closed down the original one, opened up a new location. It's not around anymore because I guess it didn't, I don't want to say business wasn't booming, but your original like customers were in the cities. And nobody wants to drive far out. Nobody wants to drive far out for some food. I'm sorry. You know. And it makes sense, right? Well, like I said, I don't think it lasted long. I never went to it because it was way far out. I mean, the original restaurant itself wasn't even close by our house growing up. So it was like one of those things that it was like, oh, we're making our way over there, you know, for this specifically. So to move it even further out, it was like, you know, it's not really good. So I think that it closed not after that long. Which makes sense. Sorry. I realize that I'm eating and telling this story at the same time, but look, it's so good. It's so good. So yeah, so the new location, since they closed the old one, the new location wasn't open long. Well, since it wasn't open long, I don't know. I don't know what they decided to end up doing as like a family after having to close the new location. Yes, with the sweet and sour on it. But I don't know what they decided to do as a family after having closed it, you know? So, all I know is that over the last few years, they decided to post stuff on their Facebook page. And my mom and one of the people who follows them or whatever on their Facebook page, it's a lot of people who do, but mom is one of them. And basically over the last few years they've been doing this thing where now they will sell the batter, the seasoning, and the recipe on how to cook it. Or yeah, the recipe on how to cook it. So, oh, and there's homemade sweet and sour sauce. So those 4 things. So you have to buy the chicken yourself. You have to make it yourself, but they give you the batter on, you know, how they fry it and all that stuff. The recipe on how they fry it. They give you the batter that they use, their homemade batter, secret batter, and they give you their secret seasoning, which was like one of the big things I think that got like their, I don't want to say it's their main thing, but it's what separated their food from other people, their secret seasoning. That's what they've been doing over the last few years. So what they do, sometimes they'll go to like a grocery store in the cities and be like, hey, if you want some, we're gonna be here. Other times they'll post like, hey, if you want to place an order, we'll deliver it to your house, but you gotta put the order in by this time on this date. So every time they do it, my mom usually will get some. My mom and my auntie will get some so that they can make it at home. So that's what this is. This secret recipe Like I said, the batter, all of it is a secret. It's their family secret. So I don't know. I don't know what the spices are. It's not even spices. You know, whatever they use for their secret seasoning. It's so good though. Like, you know, I don't even know how to describe it. Because it's not like it's like, you know, it's not like it's like garlicky or like Cajun-y. Like, you know, like it's nothing like that. It's salty, but it's really, really good. It's just like its own thing. You know? So, I don't know what their secret recipe is. You know, I don't know what their secret blend is. Nobody does but them. But yeah, so they also have their homemade sweet and sour sauce. Like I said, that was like one of the items that they had on their had on their menu. And it was like, when if you eat their chicken, you were also going to get the sweet and sour. Like they just went hand in hand. All of it went hand in hand. I don't even know what else they had there, because this is all we used to eat, you know. And everybody I know, it was the same thing. So yeah, like I said, my mom and my auntie will get some, and they're like, oh, we're coming to the cities, you know. So yeah, so that's what that she made this. It's using their batter, their sweet and sour, their seasoning. And you know, she had to do the potatoes herself, and yeah. I don't know, but the sweet and sour is kind of, sometimes they give you like jars of it, and sometimes I feel like I think I've seen like chunks in it, and it almost reminds me of apple. So that might be one of the secret ingredients. It's like apple. Hey y'all. Another note, I forgot to ask you guys, how are you doing? I'll be posting this on a Friday, so the week should be done. Hopefully you had a good week. The day I'm recording this is the last day of my spring break. So you know, I'm kind of upset, but it's fine. I'm drinking Clearly Canadian, which if you've never had it, it's a sparkling water drink. And I don't normally like sparkling water, but this has a it has sugar in it. So it's dang near like soda almost. But it's not as strong, I guess. It's not as sweet as soda. It definitely tell it's supposed to be like sparkling water with like some sugar added. On another note, I T-Mobile. I went T-Mobile, and they had this thing called T-Mobile Tuesday. They have this thing called T-Mobile Tuesday. If you're not with T-Mobile, it's like basically every Tuesday they do this thing where they give out just different deals, offers. Like sometimes, for example, with Redbox, they might have get a free Redbox movie. So then you can get a Redbox movie on them for like one night. They have different things. They'll have it changes every week. But they might have get 30% off on Crocs or something, you know, stuff like that. Well, a couple weeks ago they had get a Sam's Club membership for only, I think like half. It's either half off or $20. I don't remember. But I was like, oh, I'll do that. You know, until you get a year of it. So I did it, and I finally went. Well, past week twice. I went one day a couple of days ago, and then I went again today with my mom and my sister. Excuse me. And they also have it where you can get, if you have a membership, you can give one complimentary membership to someone. So I gave it to my mom, and we went last. It was, I don't know, a couple of days ago. Today is Sunday, so we went on Wednesday, and we went during the week because I was on spring break, and my mom had already took days off, so we went together, and it was so busy. Even though it was during the week and we went like right after they opened, it was so busy. I just like, I cannot believe nobody's at work right now. You know? Maybe everybody else is on spring break too. I don't know. But we ended up getting a lot of stuff. Both of us. I spent more money than I wanted to. But then we went today with my sister, who wanted to get stuff for her dorm. And it was worse. Like I said, today is Sunday. It was terrible. Like, how many people were there? It was so bad. This is seasoning. All of that is that seasoning. But yeah, how many people were there? It was so bad. Way too chaotic. You know, normally I worked in retail, so I know the weekends get busy. Everybody's off work, everybody's going shopping. I expected that, but I thought it was bad on Wednesday. It was terrible today. Like, you could not, like, I don't know how much experience you guys have with Sam's Club, but you know, when you go, basically they have these big old carts, because everything is basically in bulk. Everything's bigger, you know. So everyone and their mom has these huge carts, and because it was so busy, it was literally like trying to navigate through traffic. That's what it was like, because you'll be trying to get out of an aisle, and then it'd just be a bum rush of carts, back to back to back to back, and you basically are sitting there waiting for you to be able to go. And then when you finally go through, you're trying to get over, maneuver to the next one. It was just so bad. Like, I wasn't even going for that many things to have to deal with all that. But you know what? One thing I will say that Sam Club does that other people need to do, other like grocery stores, they do this thing called Scan and Go. So basically, you know, you have to have a membership to be a Sam's Club member. Scan and Go your membership card and all that is all digital now. They used to, I guess, have physical cards, but now it's all digital, so you have to have the app basically in order to be able to shop there. Or if you don't, you can get a temporary card, like a temporary receipt that has your ID barcode in there at their member services. But the Scan and Go is on their app. You have to have your card entered in, and what you do as you're shopping, you literally can scan what you're putting in your cart. So like, for example, they have this big jar of pineapple and coconut water that I did, that I got a few days ago, and it was so good that I got it again today. So I pick up the pineapple jar, I take my phone, I do the Scan and Go on their app, then I put it in my cart. Then I keep going and just do that for everything. So everything that I put in my cart, I do on the Scan and Go. After that, after I'm done shopping, I can check out on Scan and Go. So you do everything. It asks you how many, make sure you have this many items in your cart. And you said, like, I think today I got 8 things. So 8 things. Make sure you have 8 items. And then you say, okay, you pay for it, you go about your business, and then you get to leave. It's paid for. And then when you get to the door, you already, even if you're going to the cashier, you already can scan, they already have to scan your receipt and then scan a couple of things in your cart for everybody. But with Scan and Go, they literally have a section where you can bypass the cashiers and just go directly to the door, and then they'll scan. I don't know where. Something just flew up me from my chicken. But basically, so you bypass. It's literally a lane to bypass the cashiers. You go to the door. You get to your door. They'll scan this thing on your phone. It's like a QR code from your phone, and they'll scan a few things in your cart, and then you're good to go. Without ever having to deal with cashier, without ever having to wait in line at the cash register or the self-checkout. One of the best things I've ever experienced at a grocery store. Literally, just because it was so convenient, especially on like the weekend shopping. I don't know if I said it was so busy. It was so nice to not have to wait in long lines because of how busy it was. And I'm just like, more places need to do that. You know, they don't scan everything in your cart, so it's not like when you're leaving, it's not like they sit there and scan every single thing in your cart to make sure you got what you got. Literally, they just scan a few things and you will get to go about your business. 10 out of 10 experience. Oh, sweet and sour. But yeah, they're not paying me or anything, but if it was one reason to recommend it, it's because of that. I recommend Sam's Club is because of that. Because I had such a good experience. Especially because by the end of it, I was ready to go. And so, to be able to do that Scan and Go, just so convenient. But yeah, so I spent too much money there. but it's okay. So yeah, I am done eating. I don't really have anything else, but yeah, if you are thinking about doing it, I advise. Well, you know what? I got my membership. I only had to pay $20 for it. I think it's normally like the base one is normally like $50 or something like that. But so far, my experience, other than it being incredibly busy, but you can experience that at any grocery store, depending on what time of day you go. I think it's a good experience, you know. And if you're like okay with buying things in bulk, because you don't always need everything in bulk. So like, for example, I have this. I had wanted some like cucumbers for some salad, for example, and they had like a 3-pack for a really good deal compared to buying 3 separately at the grocery store. You know, stuff like that is definitely convenient. So yeah, I definitely recommend it if you haven't or you don't have it. Would I do it for $50? I don't know, maybe. It's still not bad. It's once a year, you know. Anyway, that was my day. And I'm just sitting here rambling. So, but yeah, I finished my food. It was delicious. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope, like I said, I posted on a Friday, so I hope your week went really well. I hope your weekend goes even better. Yeah, that's all I have. Again, thank you for being here, and I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye.